How do you distinguish a UV-vis spectral photometer against a fluorescent one without opening the lid?
Without opening the lid.
Without opening the lid.
Okay.
Could it be even done? Or
Okay. Apart from reading it,
yeah.
I am not sure whether I could tell you the difference. I know what the difference is because if you open it, you can see the light paths.
Yes.
But it's a bit tricksy to think because they both have a UV source.
Yeah.
They both have to warm up. Right.
Yeah.
I'm going to take my heart in my hands. I do not think you can tell unless you open the lid.
Okay, so what I offered to students was I noticed a similarity between a fluorescent spectral photometer, these two, and a UV-vis on the other side.
Yes.
One thing is we know that because there's only one slot for a cuvette, there's no need for
But
another.
you can't see that from the outside.
And that's why the door must be at the corner. Do you realize? This is what I infer as a scientist. And if you come over and take a look, in the UV-vis one, it could be in the middle.
Or it could be on the corner.
Yep. So
that's in the middle.
okay,
Yes.
in the middle.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Where's that other one? Over here.
Okay.
Right, I hate to break the party up, but this is on the edge.
Okay.
And it is a UV vis.
Okay.
But nice try.
Oh yeah. Okay. So a good question that students might have some difficulty in finding the answer is why there isn't two cuvette for fluorescent spectral photometer.
Well, it's the way the instrument works.
Mm.
This baby is about absorbance.
Mm.
And what you do is you have a light source which you split into two. And so you have identical beams which are going through the two cuvettes.
Yeah.
Now one of them has the sample in which absorbs radiation, and the other one, which is the reference, if you like,
Yes.
it just has the solvent in.
Okay.
So the difference between them,
Mm.
you've managed to compensate for the solvent effects that you're not interested in,
Yes.
but you're interested in the Beer-Lambert absorption
Yeah.
of the colour or the absorbing substance you have in there,
Yes.
which is why you have two cells.
Mm.
But fluorescence is different because you're not really thinking at all
Mm.
about absorbance. If we take a typical fluorimeter, now, in one sense, it looks similar face value. You have a UV absorption source, and that shines through your sample, but absorption is not what's measured. With a fluorimeter, which is what this is, the substance which is absorbing is also it emits radiation. Basically what you've got is you have exciting radiation coming in which excites electrons from the ground state to excited states. Depending on the mechanism,
Okay.
they usually drop down vibrationally
Yes.
and then emit a photon of light to
Okay.
allow the electron to drop back to the ground state.
Mm.
There's two variants. You've got fluorescence,
Yeah.
which is pretty much as I've described,
Yeah.
and you've got phosphorescence, which is actually forbidden, but it's slightly different because you get the excited electron, and then you get what people term an intersystem crossing. The multiplicity changes,
Yes.
and it's a longer process, and then it drops down.
Okay.
So fluorescence, you can tell it's fluorescence because when you turn the light off, the fluorescence actually just like turning a switch off.
Okay.
With phosphorescence, turn the light off and it stays glowing for a while because the process takes longer.
And does it mean that there isn't a need? Oh,
Can I
let's
help?
open. Yeah, thank you. So kind.
Uh-oh. I don't think one was supposed to do that.
Okay, so does it mean that there's no need for a bag of desiccator or drying agent inside a fluorescent photometer?
Well, you need to think about what the drying agent is there for. I'm not going to do this now. You need to think what the drying agent is there for.
Yes.
Because in both the UV vis
Yeah.
and in these systems, you've got a whole bunch of optical path length here, where you've got light. Now, we're interested in that small bit of path length.
Yes.
But what if the gas which is in the rest of the optical path length is loaded with something which may absorb? Usually you use a dry absorbent like silica gel in there just to keep it dry.
Okay.
So I would say for any spectrometer, particularly infrared actually, but for these I would put a drying agent in the light beam, in the light path.
Okay. Right.
Is that good? Right, I will try not to destroy this now.